Stacey Schildroth with 360 Yield Center, and today we're going to show you how to install the pH sensor onto your SOILSCAN machine. So first I want to show you what we have here that comes with the kit when you do the ordering. You'll get your 360 SOILSCAN pH sensor kit assembly instructions. You'll have your pH sensor wrapped up here, and we'll just pull this out right now. And you'll see it'll come with a little bottle on it that has pH sensor storage, and it's full of standard solution too. And then last in the box you'll have the standard solution and a screw, and also a little T25 torque wrench to go along with it to assemble everything. So there's your standard solution. This is what you want to use for your pH sensor and your nitrate sensor together. It's the standard nitrate solution, and it also has a 7 pH in it. So when you're using your pH sensor, you do always need to make sure that you're using the standard solution that has the 7 pH. So we'll put that bottle aside, and we've got our wrench here. We'll put this aside too. And then we've got our screw and our nut too. So from there, the first step that we're going to do is we're going to go back over here, and we're going to take this cover off so that we can get behind and get into the sensors themselves. So just take your wrench, place it in there, so then we just pull the cover off to expose all the sensor assembly and the wiring behind us. And you can see here where we have our nitrate sensor, and this is sitting in the 6 and the 9 o'clock position. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the pH sensor into this 3 o'clock position. First thing we're going to do is remove the little bottle from the pH sensor, and sometimes it helps just to unscrew that from the cap a little bit more and let it slide down. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the calibration bottle off just so that it gives us a little bit more accessibility. So you put your pH sensor into the 3 o'clock position and line up the 2 holes there and put your screw in. And then take your nut back here and put it underneath and line that up with the screw. You can take your wrench and screw that in then. Okay, and then we're going to take our connector and we're just going to snap it into place into any one of these parts here. We're okay wherever it goes. And we just snap it in. You can give it a little tug to make sure that it's in sturdy enough. And then you're ready to go from there. So then we just put our cover back on. And we're going to screw that cover back into place. Okay, so if you look underneath here, we're just going to take a quick peek and see how everything's setting up. And you can see we've got our gray nitrate sensor off at the 6 o'clock position and our red reference electrodes at the 9 o'clock. And then that pH is setting over here at the 3 o'clock. And now you'll notice it is a little bit longer too. It is designed that way. So just be reassured that you're going to be about a ½ inch longer than your other 2 sensors there. And what we're going to do next is we're going to take our standard solution bottle here, and we're going to replace the standard solution that was in the calibration bottle. So have your 4-chamber calibration bottle in your hand and your standard solution, and give your standard solution a good shake just to mix everything up in it. And then we're going to fill it up to about the 3/4 line here. And then we're going to set this on our sensor shelf. And we're going to let all 3 of those sensors soak. Now when you do begin, do make sure that you let your pH sensor soak for at least 1 hour just so that it stabilizes itself, and then you can begin your calibration. So after an hour you can go into your iPad app, and we're going to press Calibrate, and we're going to press Soak Sensor and Calibrate Sensor. And this way it helps us calibrate our sensor and gets us ready so that we are prepared to do our first soil test with the pH sensor and the nitrate sensor together. So we're going to give this just about 1.5 minutes to run through its calibration, and we'll go in and check the settings page and show you how to identify your calibration number from within the settings page. Okay, so our calibration is complete, and you'll see it takes us over to the Analyze page automatically, and we go to step 1 of Prepare Soil. But before we begin testing, we're going to want to go into Settings over here at the lower right hand corner and go to Diagnostics and Troubleshooting, and then Diagnostics Information. And we just want to double check and make sure that we do have our sensor in there and that the app is identifying it. So if we go down here, we'll see sensor 1. It identifies us as a pH sensor, and we've got a calibration of 0.907 with a lot of numbers following out after that. And then we've also got an NO3-N2 sensor down here too. So that lets us know that we have both our pH and our N sensors on there. Everything looks good as far as our calibration numbers and values go. So we can return back to the Analyze page, and from there you can go ahead and start doing your soil testing with your nitrate and your pH sensors.